by settling comfortably into your chair or lying position, allowing your body to be fully supported by the surface beneath you. Feel how the weight of your body is held effortlessly. Notice the points of contact, the subtle sensations of pressure and support. Allow your eyes to gently close or soften, turning attention inward. Take a slow, natural breath in and let it release gently, signaling to your nervous system that this is a moment of safety, calm, and presence. As you breathe, begin to notice the rhythm of your body, the movement of your chest and belly, the gentle sensation of air passing through your nostrils. With each exhale, feel your body releasing tension, softening, and relaxing. Today's session focuses on reshaping anxious thought patterns, the mental loops that often escalate before or during public speaking. These thoughts are not facts, and they do not dictate reality. They are patterns that the mind has learned to repeat automatically, often exaggerating negative outcomes. Today, you will begin to observe these thoughts with curiosity and detachment, learning that the mind can predict without controlling, can imagine without creating panic. Begin by bringing awareness to the typical thought patterns that arise when you anticipate speaking. Perhaps you notice thoughts about being judged, making mistakes, forgetting words, or saying something embarrassing. Observe each thought as it appears, noticing its tone, its intensity, and how it moves through the mind. These thoughts often appear as automatic loops, recycling old anxieties. You do not need to fight them or stop them. Simply recognize them as old habits, neural pathways that have been reinforced over time. Imagine each anxious prediction as a cloud floating across the sky of your mind, visible, present, but not permanent, not controlling, and not urgent. The clouds may change shape, size, and color, and yet the sky remains vast and stable above them. You are the observer of these clouds, the wide sky, the awareness that notices rather than reacts. As you settle into this observer perspective, notice how your body responds to anxious thoughts. Perhaps tension arises in your jaw, shoulders, or stomach. Bring gentle attention to each area, imagining the breath flowing directly there. With each inhale, gather awareness. With each exhale, release tension. Allow the body to soften around the sensations of worry without pushing them away or analyzing them. Recognize that physical tension often accompanies anxious thinking, but it does not need to escalate. Calm remains accessible through attention and breath. Feel your nervous system beginning to register that thoughts, even anxious or catastrophic thoughts, are manageable. Presence, observation, and gentle awareness allow the body and mind to integrate calm despite mental activity. Now begin to imagine a common scenario where public speaking anxiety arises. Perhaps it is standing before a group, addressing a classroom, or presenting in a meeting. Notice the thoughts that automatically surface. Observe them without judgment. Allow each prediction. I might mess up. People will notice my nervousness. I'll forget everything, to appear as words floating in the mind, like signs on a gentle stream, moving past you. You do not need to engage, argue, or defend against these thoughts. Simply recognize that they are habitual patterns, generated by anticipation and old learning, not immediate threats. The brain is creative in predicting potential challenges, and that creativity can be appreciated without needing to react. With awareness established, begin to introduce a sense of perspective. Ask yourself silently, is this thought a fact or is it a prediction? Allow your mind to differentiate between what is actually happening in the present moment and what is imagined. Thoughts of potential embarrassment or failure are scenarios your mind has generated. They are projections, not reality. You can witness them without believing them, without letting them control your feelings or actions. Each time a thought arises, notice it as an event in the mind, something to observe, not a command to follow. Awareness itself begins to weaken the intensity of anxious patterns. Now imagine a dial of intensity in your mind. On one side is calm, on the other is worry or catastrophizing. With each breath, notice the dial adjusting naturally toward calm as you practice observing thoughts rather than reacting to them. Thoughts may still appear, but their grip loosens. You remain steady, centered, and present. Recognize that calm is not the absence of thoughts, but the ability to allow thoughts to exist without being swept away by them. Your mind can predict, anticipate, and imagine without forcing panic. Your nervous system learns through this gentle practice that observation and presence neutralize the cycle of anxiety. Bring attention now to the body again, noticing how your posture, your breath, and your muscle tone respond as anxious thoughts arise and are observed. Perhaps the stomach softens, the chest opens, the shoulders release. Each physical response reinforces mental flexibility, creating a feedback loop of calm. Imagine your body and mind collaborating, learning that thoughts are not threats, sensations are not commands, and anxiety is a pattern that can be reshaped. This cooperation allows clarity to arise, where before there was only spiraling prediction. Now begin to mentally rehearse responding to anxious thoughts with neutral acknowledgement. Imagine noticing a thought such as, I might freeze in front of everyone, and responding internally with a gentle recognition. This is just a thought. It is not a fact. I am safe, and I can continue. Repeat this with different common anxious predictions, allowing the mind to practice reframing automatically. Each rehearsal strengthens new neural pathways that support clarity and calm. The subconscious begins to learn that thoughts no longer need to trigger physical or emotional panic. You are training the mind to respond rather than react, to notice rather than flee. Bring awareness to the breath again, allowing it to reinforce presence. Each inhalation draws calm into the body and mind. Each exhalation releases tension, fear, and mental loops. Feel how the breath anchors you in the present, grounding the nervous system and allowing thoughts to move through without clinging. Imagine your thoughts as leaves floating down a gentle stream, visible, present, moving along their course, not obstructing your inner calm. You are the observer, aware of the leaves, but steady on the bank. Each moment of observation reinforces a sense of safety, competence, and self-regulation. Now imagine yourself in a real speaking situation. Visualize standing before a group, holding notes, or speaking freely. Notice anxious thoughts rising as they naturally do, but this time, respond with calm observation. Recognize each thought as habitual, each anxious prediction as imaginative, each physical reaction as manageable. Feel your posture remain upright and relaxed, your breath steady, your voice controlled. Your nervous system is practicing the integration of thought awareness with bodily calm. The mind begins to associate anxious thoughts with neutral observation rather than panic and urgency. As you continue, notice how mental clarity emerges. Thoughts no longer spin uncontrollably. The habitual loops begin to weaken. The brain is learning to differentiate prediction from reality, possibility from probability. Anxiety still exists, but it no longer dictates your internal state. You are present, aware, and capable. Each rehearsal strengthens confidence, allowing calm to become the default response rather than reactive panic. The mind and body are learning together, reinforcing new patterns of thought, sensation, and action. Bring attention to subtle feelings of self-trust and competence. Notice that you are capable of handling thoughts